Hey, what's up guys? Samsung's been hitting the mid-range market with some pretty solid phones this year, and the latest I've gotten my hands on is the Samsung Galaxy A30. What's special about this one, and is it worth considering against all the mid-rangers coming out these days? I'm Will for GSM Marina, and this is our Samsung Galaxy A30 review. The Galaxy A30 has a build made of shiny plastic that looks and feels a lot like glass. Samsung calls the effect Glastic. We've seen it on Samsung's other mid-rangers this year. With its thin frame and curved back, it's quite pretty, and there's a dazzling metallic gradient as the material catches the light. There's a little bit of a camera hump from the dual camera, but it's quite small, and the phone is totally usable on a flat surface. It's probably no surprise. Just like its siblings, the Galaxy A30 isn't waterproof. It's strange as Galaxy A phones from previous years did have ingress protection. Regardless, the A30's most attractive feature is its large 6.4-inch Super AMOLED screen, which has a tall aspect ratio and a 1080p resolution. It's covered with Gorilla Glass 3, and it really is edge-to-edge, besides the U-shaped notch cutout up at the top. The quality is great, among the best in the mid-range class. You have a sharp image with a pixel density of 403 ppi, and deep AMOLED blacks. Color accuracy can be quite good, based on your color settings. Brightness is good too, up to 430 nits with a manual slider, and up to 550 nits in auto mode in bright conditions. And for your notifications, you can enable an always-on display, so you can check your phone at a glance. The Galaxy A30 has a single loudspeaker at the bottom, next to the USB-C port. Unfortunately, we were far from impressed. It scored below average in our loudness tests, and the sound quality is just okay for the class. There is a headphone jack, and when we plugged in headphones, volume was above average, but stereo separation wasn't the best. Storage-wise, you have options for 32 or 64 gigs on board, and it is expandable through microSD. You can unlock and wake up the Galaxy A30 with the rear-mounted fingerprint scanner. It's accurate, and the placement is quite comfortable. You can also use Face Unlock. It's blazing fast to recognize you, but it isn't as secure as a fingerprint. Just like Samsung's other recent phones, the Galaxy A30 runs One UI over the latest Android 9 Pie. It packs more customizations than stock Android, but still runs quite smoothly. What doesn't run quite as smoothly, however, is the gaming experience. The A30 is powered by an Exynos 7904 chipset, the same chip as the Galaxy A40, neither 3 or 4 gigs of RAM. It isn't a chart topper by any means, and GPU performance isn't ideal, so with heavier tasks, expect some stutters and hiccups once in a while. Battery life is quite good though. The A30 has a 4000 mAh battery, and it earned an endurance rating of 92 hours in our proprietary tests. There's 15-watt adaptive fast charging, but it isn't the speediest out there. The bundled charger got us from 0 to 30% charged in half an hour. Moving on to the cameras. The Galaxy A30 has a dual camera setup with a 16-megapixel f1.7 main cam and a 5-megapixel f2.2 ultra-wide. In daylight, photos we snapped with the main camera turned out quite good. There's plenty of fine detail, true-to-life colors, and excellent contrast. The dynamic range is also above average. The ultra-wide-angle camera has fixed focus and produces pleasant photos. They have a super wide field of view, and colors are more saturated than on the main cam. However, there is less detail, and with no lens correction available, expect barrel distortion in your shots. In portrait mode, photos come out at 8 megapixels. The second camera actually isn't used for depth info here. Everything is done through software. Regardless, we were surprised to find very good subject separation and some smart edge detection here. Unlike some competitors, there is no night mode on the Galaxy A30. Regular low-light photos from the main camera are nothing impressive. The level of detail is underwhelming. There's prominent noise, and highlights are clipped. Switching to the ultra-wide cam gets you even worse-looking results. Selfies come out in 16 megapixel and have an average level of detail, but excellent contrast and punchy colors. If you get the focus distance right, and there's plenty of light, you can get some nice shots. Videos can be recorded at only up to 1080p at 30 FPS, and there's no stabilization. Regular 1080 clips we shot with the main camera looked excellent though, with great detail, little noise, high dynamic range, and true-to-life colors. You can enable 4K video recording with a third-party app, but it will only record at up to 20 FPS. 1080p footage from the ultra-wide camera isn't as detailed as on the main cam, but is decent as far as ultra-wide videos go. So that's the Samsung Galaxy A30. For around €200 or dollars, you get an awesome AMOLED screen, an eye-catching design, good battery life, and a nice camera for daylight photos. There are some things I don't like here though. The loudspeaker quality is disappointing and is kind of a bummer next to the nice screen. Plus, the chipset doesn't perform well for gaming, and nighttime photography isn't very good. Overall though, whether or not you'd be happy with it really depends on what you're looking for in a phone. If you aren't into games and just want a solid daily driver with a large screen, the A30 could be worth considering. Just make sure to check out some of the competitors as well, and there are a ton of them right now. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.